Hello everyone and welcome to a little update video of Isla Napali. For those of you who are new to the channel and don't know this wonderful park over here, this is Planet Coaster and this is an, it's a Hawaiian inspired island. And before you click away, please stick with me. I'm gonna quickly explain to you what this is all about. This video won't be any gameplay or any building or time-lapse. I'm just doing a little update on here, what's happening in the future with this project now with Planet Zoo on the verge and Planet Zoo actually with us in a few weeks. I do have some change of direction in terms of this project. For those of you who've been with me for a very long time, they potentially do know about this project quite well, and I try to keep this video fairly short. Reason number one being that I'm very short on time. It's literally a few hours before I'm leaving for holidays. So it's gonna be tight one. Also need to quickly edit this and upload and do the thumbnail and all this kind of stuff, and definitely need to go to bed. And yeah, I also want to show you real quick the park, but also I want to give you a bit of a backstory of why and what and however this is. Isla Napali is a project that made me rethink my channel, and I have to say it was the best decision ever that I did, the change of direction with this project. So it's really time to step in and see what this all led to, and I have to say it just created something on this channel very unique. So before this project has been started, and let me just go a little bit closer so you guys can actually see the guests moving around. And you know what we do? We know quickly, let's quickly open a few of the rides, because we have a few more guests in the park. We should get also more guests. How many do I allow to get in the park? 500. Let's increase that to 2,000. I mean, the performance is bad anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just going to open the coasters real quick, and it should be making our guests come to the park. I think there will be more coming now. So while I'm explaining now to you guys what this project is about, you can actually watch the people come into the park. So Isla Napali, as I said again, is created over a year ago when I was on my honeymoon. I decided that I wanted to change my channel drastically. So I had a few projects running in Planet Coaster. I had some other stuff running like City Skylines and all, also some other games. And I wasn't really feeling it, how it turned out to work. Like, I had a lot of fun doing the stuff I did, but doing this as a hobby and not having that much time in the evenings and stuff, it felt I had way too many projects. But they all were like in the middle, so none of the projects were really like quite till the end or quite near towards the end. So it felt awkward to call it a day in terms of really just calling it done, because they weren't done easily. So what I ended up doing is on the flight back from Hawaii, I had this idea. Actually, it started already while being on the honeymoon. I thought it would be time to basically kill off all my projects and just not finishing off or whatever, just stopping it at this very moment in time, and then just go back and do this whole project over here. And this project was the first ever project where I completely integrated my whole community. I involved everyone. There were a lot of discussions going on. I made so many changes over the course of the series according to your feedback, according to the viewers' feedback. I basically also created some kinds of, I created a story that you guys were like basically the holding of my company, and I'm the CEO, and I always need to give you guys kind of a report what I'm planning to do, and then you as the company stakeholders or shareholders, I should say, you are up for deciding what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, and you can also give me some feedback in terms of what I need to change, and it was pretty funny. There were a lot of things happening, and I will show you a few examples of this in the course of this video. So yeah, the background story of Isla Napali is that this is a Hawaiian island, which is one of the wonderful 5 islands, but this could be the 6th island of the Hawaiian Islands, and it is the smallest one. It's also a very green one, so it's definitely mostly inspired by the island of Kauai. For those of you who don't know, this is the most western island of, is it west, east, there we go. Yeah, it's the most western island of the Hawaiian Islands, and so it's also the oldest one, and it is also the most greenest one. So it's very tropical in a way, and this was basically the inspiration I took from that island to create this wonderful looking island. I have to say, it really looks great also in the game. It's really cool. I love it a lot. And by the way, I still don't get it. Do I? Is this just my brain going crazy right now because of... Yeah, it does. Huh. I thought I had actually no multi-sample on, but it's just my eyes are hurted because of Planet Zoo, I guess. So yeah, this island then was created with the story that in the middle of the 50s, after the Second World War, where this has been used as an outpost, this island was turned into a botanical island, a garden island, where tourism started to be a thing in the beginning of the 60s. But eventually they turned this botanical garden into a theme park, which started off as a very, very budget park, only featuring one wooden coaster as integration to the botanical garden. But then they felt like that it's a better idea with the increasing tourism to, you know, bring in even more rides and stuff like that, so that towards the end of the time they even were, you know, they were put in a position where they could make an actual theme park out of it, and then they got rid of the botanical garden of this island. So that's the backstory, and we are actually going to start in this old part of the park. So this is exactly the wooden coaster I was talking about, and since this coaster is just over here, we are just quickly jumping in and gonna have a look with this coaster. Again, as I said, the performance is not the best, but just enjoy the ride first of all. That is, as I said, the wooden coaster that is the first ever, so to say, roller coaster or attraction in general in this park over here. So yeah, it's something rather unique because I mostly build crazy modern coasters, but this was one really cool challenge, to be honest, to be put in a position where I needed to build something more old and something that is yeah, a lot less fancy than all the other stuff I did. So I'm quite happy with how it turns out, or how it is actually turning out to be, how it is basically. So and I need to say also that the sidelines of this coaster are still very awesome. You can also tell from the background, by the way. I just figured that while they showed us the new Planet Zoo tropical biome, you can actually see that this is a lot inspiration that they took maybe also from this biome over here. Unfortunately, it's not an oceanic one available. If I zoom completely out, I made this whole one filled out of water to actually put this island down in here. So yeah, it's a bit of a pity that we don't have an oceanic one. I would have loved to have one to be able to have an actual island, but yeah, this is the best we can have. Now, going back in, this is where the old entrance of the park is, the harbor itself is a new one, because that's basically the cargo harbor, which has been added later. So the actual harbor is on the other side over there. By the way, we just have an autosave at the moment. This is why there's nothing working right now. So recording one runs, but the autosave always in this ridiculously immense park is just insane. So it takes a while, but we should be back in a second with the performance. Hello. So I'm not doing a full park tour today. I'm just showing you basically around what this whole project is about, to give you an update, and then in the end I'm going to talk about what's going to happen. So this one over here is the helicopter landing pad, and as most of you should be able to tell, this one had the biggest inspiration why the Jurassic Fall helicopter landing pad. Again, for those of you who don't know, on the island of Kauai there is the actual film set of Jurassic Park, where this scene of the beginning when Hammond and Ellie Sattler and, you know, the whole team basically, when they arrived at Isla Nublar in the film, they arrived actually on Kauai Island. They basically landed on the helipad on one of the most beautiful waterfalls on the whole island of Kauai, and this is, you know, the inspiration for this little anecdote. It's just a little hint to it. It's nothing too close, but I just wanted to give this a shot to really show that this is inspired by that. And I mean, you know, depending on what angle you take, you can actually say that this could be Isla Nublar-ish, yeah, landing pad. Anyway, so this is the whole, like, again, I think you have seen that already with some of my Planet Zoo stuff. I like to do stuff that is actually not really functional, but it really fulfills the purpose of being very cosmetic and just adding to the realism. So this whole building over here is actually not really functional for the guests, but this is whole And this is a complete staff room hotel. So the hotel is meant to be a hotel for staff members only working on the island, who spend a few more days on the island and do overshifts or double shifts, or however you want to call this. And what I did, I put the staff rooms just in here. As you can see, all the black boxes are staff rooms that can each house 10 different staff members. So in total, 60 staff members can live in this hotel, which is actually, considering how the thing is built, even more than the actual hotel could house, I guess. Well, depending how much the staff members like each other. Well, so yeah, again, you can see already the difference. In Planet Zoo, we have a full-fledged, wonderful staff room that looks nice from the inside. In Planet Coaster, we have only black boxes, but that's fine. You could still cover them up and kind of create a little bit of an immersion. Yeah, on the right hand side we even have a little sports ground for the people. Also, again, a little bit of an Easter egg going on here in the back. There's a ball in between of the trees, and also we have a little toucan that went a bit crazy and just destroyed this area over here. Well, it didn't destroy the fence. It obviously is not strong enough, but it kind of, you know, kicked over the little cup over here. It might have even kicked over the palm tree in the planter here. But yeah, just these little things make it for me, and this is always a lot of fun doing that on the live streams with you guys together. Also, we have this stuff over here. We have a lot of these billboards. I actually had a billboard competition. I might even show you some more of them around the park, that people were actually creating wonderful stuff for this park. So there are a lot of integrations and influences by my community. So I do think that I really want to do something like that in Planet Zoo again, because it was a lot of fun. Also to see you guys being really in this, not only in terms of, you know, commenting and viewing it, but actually being part of it, I think is really, really cool. I didn't remember how much the palm trees actually move. That is insane. It's pretty windy in here, isn't it? I mean, that's realistic. On Hawaii, it is very windy. So yeah, that is the entrance area over here. You have a few lockers where you can put down your stuff if you don't need it for the whole time. On the left-hand side, we have the Napali circuit, the racetrack, which I love a lot. I love it a lot because this is my first ever go-kart track I built in the game, and I feel like it really is that what I do expect from a go-kart track. It feels almost like a real one, which could work out this way. It's really cool. Some of the decals here make it really, sell it really for me. And again, one of those little Easter eggs, or not even an Easter egg, but just these things where we went really crazy. We have these security cameras. We have one over here and the other over here. And if we go in this little security tower over here, you can see that the images displayed over here are exactly over there, and showing exactly the image you can see from over there. So really cool stuff. I would have never been able to do this without you guys in the comments and stuff. So if we move over here, we have another flat ride, which is not fully done yet. It's the breakdancer. We have this log flume. I still love the log flume a lot because it's really cool. Was a lot of thought that went into it as well. A lot of feedback from you guys how to do it properly, with all the backstage access here and there, with all the pipe work we had, and you know, you guys correcting me on what I should do and what not, and even having this little bit of backstage area over here where people could maintain the flumes, or the log flumes I should say, the boats, without the guests seeing it, because from down here you can really not tell what's going on here. The entrance has this little wonderful canopy over here. And then yet again, there is another little anecdote over here, a little Easter egg I should call it. I can just show it to you. This has been built the 6th of August this year, and this is basically the birthday of our wonderful community manager, Bo. And yeah, this is just to you know, give her a little place in this one. Some of you might know it, but we're actually good friends, so it's always cool to kind of do these little things, and I think they all are pretty happy. We also have something for Shantae in here. I don't even remember where it is, but there's also a little bit in this park. So also we have a lot of different stuff. One other thing I need to show you. This is this wonderful stage over here where I wanted to make this for ItsPureColdMuisc, who created the intro song to Isla Napali. I'm very thankful for this still, and there still needs to go a sign in here, which we have to do to really give him the honor that he deserves. For those of you who haven't seen that or want to check him out, he's called ItsPureColdMuisc on Instagram. You can check it out, you will find it. He's got some really dope stuff, to be honest, really cool. You have to definitely check that out. So yeah, just a recommendation over there. So many more stuff over here. We have the entrances to different rides. I just like to build this very intricate, this whole area. The entrances are not always very open and not easy to spot, because I wanted to make it a bit more exciting. You know, the whole process of getting into the actual ride itself should be the process, and therefore I'd like to hide away the entrances. Yeah, we have a little kiddie coaster over here. Also, this one has a pretty nice backstory. This coaster has been a traveling coaster in the past, so these are the coasters that are built to be put on fairgrounds, for example, and they travel around. And eventually, when this park had a bit more money, and after the old part of the park, which again is the one on the right hand side over here, has made enough money, they wanted to go into a new era, and therefore they created the first kiddie coaster, which is this one over here, which is also located in between both parts of the park. So it's more or less the connection between both parts of this wonderful park. So it's called the Blue Orca, and it's a restored traveling coaster. Therefore it's also looking the way it looks. It still features parts from the traveling coaster, while it also has some new parts that makes the whole thing a temporary coaster. So if we go further into the park, this is the actual bigger entrance to Isla Napali, with all the facilities, staff facilities, entrance area. You can rent strollers and wheelchairs, and you have a restaurant which is built by Aston Wolf. He's also one of the great community members of the Planet Coaster community, and now creates also very nice stuff for Planet Zoo. And we also have in the background of this one, again, as always, there is backstage, a lot of backstage, because it just is part of every good theme park. We have this more like a cozy area in the back with the balloon ride. And if we go further into this modern area, the last thing I wanted to show you is my Big Dipper coaster. I think this is one of the coasters I'm most proud of. I think it's one of my best layouts I did to date. It's one of my smoothest coasters, and also the overall theming I really like a lot, because it's less crazy, but it really is like just very, 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 very finished. Like, this is, I think it's the most finished thing I ever built. There's like everything about this coaster is done. You even have this switch track mechanics over here, which do not work. Again, it's just custom, nothing that you can use, but I think it just adds this layer of realism. If you go in, the whole entrance, like the entrance to this ride, is actually over here. So it has this entrance over here with the shading. We have this building housing a staircase. If you go higher up, oh my god, I just show you everything which I shouldn't show you. It's very, very narrow, but everything is themed, everything is styled. So if we actually pass through here over the bridge, and then you go to the new area, or like the second part of it, to the left hand side you can see actually the car. I think this always raises a little bit of the excitement. And then you have this last bit of the queue, which is again fully themed. And then we go to the left hand side, and you have a last bit of outside world, and then you go into the coaster. There's also a wheelchair access for the disabled people to get on the coaster. And then we have a restaurant area in the back, which is still one of my favorite because of the wonderful view from over here towards the coaster. You can really see that big dip over here. I love it. And then you can just follow the coaster a little bit into the far. It's really cool. I would love to visit this place myself. And then I think the last thing I'm going to show you before we call this a day, I just want to give you a little update, is the Safety Octopus foundation, so to say. I think this is the best example of what this project stands for. So I started off with this flat ride, and I thought, you know, the story of this one could be that it has been relocated, but I don't know really why it has been relocated. And then people came up with the wonderful story that this flat ride has been relocated to the modern part of the park, so to make people even more aware of the fact that there were a lot of endangered it's again the same thing, octopuses, I don't know, around this island that have been killed by the fishing and stuff, and now they gather money for it. So it's it's really close to what happens in Planet Zoo with the donation boxes, and that's kind of over a year before we knew even about Planet Zoo. This is the first ever donation box or donation stand for saving endangered animals, which is a story made up by my community, and also the whole thing is made by my community. Crab Zone did this wonderful little stand at the booth, and someone else made the video, someone else made the design, and also this thing over here is made by the community. So everything is just so cool because you as a community did this. Also the community, Woody out of the community, he made this wonderful little Rudi plushie. Look at that awesome Rudi plushie. I still can't believe how amazing this is. Look at that. I mean, it even has this little camel icon on its neckband. How's it called? Forehead band? How's the thing? Sweater band? I don't know how you call that one. It is just insane. I love it. I even put this in like a little statue over here. I really love that. Yeah, in the back we also have a hotel area for the people who want to stay here for a night. But yeah, all in all, this is the island of Isla Napali. Now, as I said, I will give you an update. This is not a full update if I don't talk about how it will go on with this wonderful park. So my initial idea to finish it off very detailed and stuff is more or less history, I should say. I really want to end this project before the end of the year, and maybe even before the actual game Planet Zoo launches, because from what I can tell from the beta, I think there's not a big chance that I'm doing too much Planet Coaster anymore. I will do a few side projects, as I always said, but this project has to be ended beforehand, because I really love this project. It's my little baby, and I want to give it a proper ending, and I want to put as much love into the project as I always did, and I really don't see it happening when Planet Zoo is there. So for me personally, I really want to give this the full passion I have, and this is why I will finish it within the next 3 weeks. However, I will be able to do this. Once this time is over, I'll call it a day and upload the park to the workshop. So that means the next few weeks will be focused on a few more episodes of Isla Napali, but what we won't be able to do, we will potentially not even be doing anyway. So I hope you guys do understand this decision, because I feel like making actual promises that I can't stick to is not a cool thing at all, and I don't want to do this. So yeah, let's see how far we'll get in the next couple of weeks, and then yeah, it might be it with Isla Napali. It has been doing a great job for my channel. It has been doing a great job for me myself, making me a better builder in terms of realism for sure, but also offered me the chance to be a lot closer to you guys in the community. So a big thanks to everyone participating. Now the last thing I want to ask is, who of the people that joined my channel because of Planet Coaster did watch this video? And please let me know in the comment down below how you like this. Is a theme park management game actually the stuff you also want to see? Is this something you are happy about? Is this something you like? Is this are you maybe even surprised by the video, or do you want to see more of it? Would you consider watching the season number 2 now of the time lapses to get an idea how the process of this one was, or are you just like, okay, yeah, I've seen it, but I don't really care? Just let me know in the comments down below. I really would love that those people who are new to the channel and who haven't seen anything else of this project before, let me know in the comment down below, and yeah, just give me your feedback. Until then, this was my update video on Isla Napali, and I hope in the next couple of weeks we have a bit more time for some time lapses and also live streaming Isla Napali. Until then, have a wonderful time, guys, and we talk to each other in a few weeks' time. Until then, bye. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate that. As always, make sure to check out also my social media channels. You can find me everywhere under @Rudi Rennkamel. Also, big thanks to the crew. You can see it on the left hand side right now. And as always, if you want to see more, you click that card on the top right. And if you want to stick around because you like the stuff you've just saw, whatever, you know what I mean, just click that sub button, which is to the bottom right of the screen right now. But everything else I can say is have a great time and see you next time. Bye guys.